So which one? Not gonna be like so is it the video games or the ETFs?
Which one not gonna ask? You got a minute, baby. You got a minute. No, you got 3 minutes. You got a long time to answer.
So I think the ETF, okay, will couple, okay, and get. I think the ETF will start it, bro, and then
jump off the ship.
You stole my heart of gold after my silver soul. Can you dig any deeper now? I gave you all I
own. Welcome back. Been a long week, man. A whole week and a half has passed, and we've not yet spoken to the people collectively. But man, Moon, of course, he's been holding it down, throwing it at y'all, letting y'all know what's going on good in this crazy bear market, as we have just reached the depths. And how low can we go? I'm sure that'll come up in today's conversation. But we got my man Moon. How you feeling, baby?
Feeling good, feeling great. How about you, man?
I'm good, man. Can't call it. Big Moose. How you
feeling? What up, man? I'm doing good, man.
Good, man. Everybody's got their war wounds from dealing with what we've got cooking. And it's going to go right into the first topic of conversation. I don't know how many of y'all could look in the room feeling confident about this, but I know I can, okay? But let's talk about how many people, of course, we all thought the prices were going to go one way, right? Everybody thought the price was going to go one way, and the pump fake head move, Allen Iverson, just had you just crossed over. And here we are on our face. And how many people just were so sure it was going to happen, as we all were, I mean, to some extent, so sure. We've got a lot of people who have over-collateralized purchasing crypto right now, just borrowed more money than they had, used way different methods, and we'll go into very specific detail, but you've got what's the percent, Moon? How many people have actually...
60% of people that have bought crypto use borrowed money to buy crypto.
60% of people that have purchased crypto used borrowed money.
That's either the Fed got something for all of them. Watch for that.
So they either use their credit cards to borrow. 36% use credit cards. 19% overdrafted to using money they did not have. 15% personal loan. 9% a secured loan. 8% used a payday loan, and 3% refinance their house for some crypto. Some serious ballsy moves to do in a society where, I mean, here's the funny thing, everybody gets involved and they know crypto is going to go up. The question is, when is it going to go up? There's people that have gotten rich. It didn't happen overnight. You know, a lot of that stuff took time and years. I mean, they didn't know it was going to reach the heights that it did reach in 2020. You know, nobody could have I mean, yes, you got the halving cycles, but you can't really predict that it's going to go that particular moment. So you got a lot going on, man. And let's just go around the room. I mean, we got some age groups to break down. You know, it seems like 18 to 24-year-olds. It actually, you know what? Everybody up until 54, from 18 to 54, about 70% of the people did these things. This is the age groups and demographics that actually used some form of borrowed money to purchase crypto. From 18 to 54 years old, about 68% on average, 68% of them did this, okay? Yeah. Which, again, that goes back. Everybody knows it's going to go up, but
you got to look at it. We've been trained to use borrowed money. We use borrowed money for everything. Buying our house, buying our cars. Why not use it for buying your crypto? Like, we borrow money forever. We borrow money to go to school. They've been training us to borrow money. We are the generation of school debt. Biden's talking about knocking out $10,000 of debt for people. Why not keep on borrowing money? We always... To maintain our lifestyle, everybody lives above their head, so it's only natural. They were like, "Shit, I might as well borrow this money. It might turn $10,000, might turn to $100,000. I could pay my loan back, even though it all smacked them mostly in the face. Because what is it? 80% of the market or something like that is underneath their holding where they started holding at, right? So everybody's under where they are. So they got to pay back their loan, and the loan has crazy interest. Because if you took cash. Because you have to take cash advances from your credit card, and that's like 20 to 30% interest.
Yeah, it's terrible, man. You know, that's. You're right, Moon. At the end of the day, we've been conditioned. Borrowing money is an incentive to the people lending it, because they're gonna get you in debt forever, man. They're gonna charge you more than what you borrow for, and it's just a vicious cycle, man. But you know, borrowing is a way of how the economy works, man. You borrow money, it means you'll go to work, you'll stimulate the economy, and the vicious cycle continues, man.
I disagree, man. I'm going to say this. I think, borrowed money isn't really the only way to stimulate the economy. No
doubt. No.
It's not the only way, but it is the way. Like that is.
Well, nah, I still think buying, but people going to work, earning a check, and then spending that check is the way that people are, borrowing or not borrowing.
The derivatives.
Well, no. Yeah. You got to think though, Captain. When just because you go to work, let's say you spend your money at JCPenney's, right? Well, when JCPenney's gets that cash inflow, they got to do one or two things with it. They either got to take it as capital and then reinvest it in infrastructure, or they're probably going to lend it out in some form or a loan. Somebody's going to borrow from them. I mean, bro, it's a vicious cycle of borrowing, man. It's crazy.
I get it, but it don't happen at our level. I do agree that that's what happens, but at our level, the consumer level, the only people that are making money off of borrowing money are usually the people with amounts of wealth that can actually borrow loads of it and have a lot more to kind of make.
Oh yeah, but at our level, we're the guppies that have to borrow. Unless you're in a great financial position, you usually have to borrow for one of three things: car, house, and heaven's help if you want to go to college. That's like $1 million. So it's crazy, man.
Man, all that sounds good. Let's just keep it real, man. We are all,
at the end of the day,
we are all irresponsible. Like that's all it is. It's irresponsibility and financially.
Yeah, if you took out a
we
loan,
are all financially illiterate and irresponsible, and people just don't know better. Like,
well, that's generalization. I feel pretty good about finance.
No, you are one person. Generally, people do not know nothing about finances, man. You'd be surprised. They find out about a credit score only when they're trying to buy a house, and they're like, "Wait, what?" And now they're trying to go to companies trying to boost their credit score 200 points just to get a pre-approval for a house. Look, we are not trained in school about, hey, loans work like this, because look, there's power in compound interest, right? But who is using the compound interest? Not us. The banks are using compound interest against us. We don't learn how to use it.
But back to the topic.
There's nothing wrong with debt. It's how you use it.
But the real topic at hand: who are these suckers that took out these loans and stuff to buy crypto, man?
Almost everybody.
It seems like everybody. 60% of the people that purchased it are those suckers.
70%.
Well, there's three of us. Well, hang on. There's three of us here. How many of us? You guys doing it? I didn't do it.
No,
I did not.
We used our own money,
anything.
but we preach over here the DCA. Definitely, we say DCA for people that don't have lump sums of money, but we are blessed to have had lump sum of money to put into this. But we also, at the same time, DCA, right? So we put a lump sum in, and then we DCA for the others.
But let's keep it all the way real. Like, it wasn't like we just walked in and was like, oh, yes, we're smart. We can DCA. We got our head busted a few times, man. And then it was like, okay, clearly the obvious way to do this is to DCA. Everybody always has that.
But we didn't borrow.
They got that fear of yeah, you're right. But, again, that's because we just so happened to be in the position where we didn't have to at the time. But still.
I wouldn't have did it if I was in college either. I wouldn't have took a loan to put into crypto. I wouldn't have done it.
Man, this is how I think this is just a good litmus test to show you how unpeople working class is, right? How unhappy the working class is, with 60 to 70% of 18 to 54-year-olds, or excuse me, to 54-year-olds that got into crypto hoping that this was going to do it. Like, everybody thought this was going to be the year that their dreams were made. Like, everything was going to happen.
Did you see the news cycles? They said Dogecoin went from like a penny to like all these Dogecoin millionaires popped up. Look, what we need to talk about is when they did it. Because if they would have did it when it was a bear market, all these people would have been doing good. But guess what they came in? Well, they came in after Elon Musk started tweeting about Doge. They came in after Shiba Inu made crazy 200,000% runs. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's when everybody was like, oh, let me take my loan out, because people like, it's not BitBoy's fault, because everybody thought it, but like they were watching people like BitBoy, one of the biggest people on the internet, saying, hey, this is going to go to 100,000. And they see it at 30,000. They're like, man, he's saying it's 100,000. Even if it gets halfway to like
everybody. That's the feeling of euphoria, man.
Yeah,
that's
but
what euphoria does.
And it wasn't just BitBoy. I mean, you had big hitters saying 100K, man.
Right.
Because the Bitcoin
I only
halving
use
cycles
BitBoy because he's the biggest
that it
one.
was going to. But the halving cycles were suggesting that that's exactly where it was going to go. Like, it wasn't a question. It wasn't like these guys were just throwing a dart at the board.
Yeah. What was that chart
theory
that everybody was tracking? And Bitcoin followed that always.
It was the stock to flow.
Stock to flow
chart.
To flow, right. And it was saying it's going to be over 100,000. So,
but let it be known that the stock to flow chart wasn't anything that just came with the Bitcoin cycles. This is all psychological. It's
right.
Nothing that this was all through
is it
books
a self-fulfilling
and research.
prophecy?
I mean, this is based on the rate in which adoption actually happens. You know what I mean? So something new to the market like that, it's pretty easy to try to predict, as it's been. You know, every 4 years, the demand is going to decrease by half, and then therefore the supply is going to have a shock, and then it's going to find a median, and then it's going to dump, and then it's going to keep repeating itself like it's been doing. Sorry, man. Just this one right here is. I think it's crazy. It's easy to get into, man. It's not hard to get sucked into. Man, I thought it was going to happen. Like, I had the thought, man. So granted, did y'all not have the thought? Like, hey, man.
Nope. But look. But guess what? Guess how many of those people saw probably hundreds of thousands of dollars and didn't take it out because they were waiting for it to get to. You know, they were like, look, it might hit 100,000. I got to keep it in there. And they saw crazy gains and then lost it all. Like, I'm telling you.
Yeah. I was one of those. I wouldn't say I saw hundreds of thousands, but I definitely saw a huge
multiple
spike.
Thousands.
I saw more than a 2x. I put it this way. I saw more than 2x. Yeah. And I was like, hey, this is about to do another 10x from here. And you're like, this is it. It's my time. I'm out of the game.
Hey, Cap, you always hit me with hey, it's going to keep going. Bro, I'm telling you, it's going to keep going. I'm like, no, bro, let's take it. No, it's going to keep going.
Cap is a low-key DJ, man.
Yeah, man.
But there was this one time I'll never forget, man. Just a side story. I put $50 on just a random trade. It was like, hey, man, I didn't lost whatever. I'm just putting $50 on this random trade. Came out $2,500, man. And I remember I sent that to you, man.
I remember.
Like, I was like,
and I was like, take it.
I took it, but then I did that dumb stuff again, and then just went back down the same rabbit hole. So back at $50, I was. But anyway, as we move on to the next topic, man, this is just as a note to self, man. Don't do nothing stupid you wouldn't do with any other asset. It's like a car. If you can't afford it, don't buy it until you can. The beauty of this is you could buy pieces of it at a time and not have to buy and commit to a whole Bitcoin at once. You could buy a little bit here and there.
Do it the boring way.
Yeah, because right now, crypto lull you to sleep. The prices are just dropping and nothing's happening. By the time this thing comes back around, it's going to be a whole new narrative. It's going to be, well, what do you know? Possibly soulbound tokens. It's going to be something other than just the traditional layer ones that you see today. So soulbound tokens, let's talk about that. Here's the next topic. NFTs that are non-transferable. In a nutshell, that's what soulbound tokens are. They cannot be changed. They can be from police records, dental records, data, intel. Who wants to pay for that, they say. Well, I mean, isn't that the point of what's going on right now in today's world of everybody mining your data, trying to get it collectively, Facebook, Google, whoever. But your college degree, your social security numbers, etc. This is all a part of Ethereum's new decentralized society, you know, and we'll drop a link in there for you guys. But nonetheless, I think Cardano's got a leg up, being that they're already kind of doing this with, you know, the whole continent of Africa, kind of just sections of it, countries of it. They're already kind of in the school systems trying to to get the police records or the data, the people from the time that they're actually able to put public record together.
That's
it just
what's
tracks
not
them
being
forever.
said. Charles Hoskinson and Cardano has already had this in place with DIDs, digital identifications, and in the school systems in Ethiopia, the government is already using it for all their students and their faculty and staff, and it tracks all of their records. It tracks all their scores, who are their teachers, what courses they took, colleges, all of that. So now, Vitalik, he comes out and says this new thing, and he's making it sound like he came up with the idea, soulbound tokens, and it's going to take over, it's going to revolutionize crypto, and they're going to be the first to do it, even though Cardano's already doing this with the DIDs. All right, so the SBTs, I think, will get a bigger splash because Ethereum's a bigger network. It has a bigger name. More people are going to know about it. And, like everything you have in there is going to be on this one chain. Now, there's going to be some things that, like, what about if somebody wants to steal all of your information and they get access to your soulbound token? Like, there's some things we got to think about on just that level. What are we going to do with that? And then another thing, how are we going to make money off it? That's what I want to know. How do you make money off of SBTs? Like, I have no clue.
Bingo.
Let's just
Bingo. Ding,
Go ahead,
ding.
Bruce.
Hey, look, listen, and I think that's it. First of all, hey, man, so I can't go in now the way I wanted to because you brought up a good point. I never thought about the fact that Cardano is probably the thought process that went into the IDs and identification with the education system. That's a good point. But I think that's the kicker is where Captain, what you were about to go is, man, how do you make money off the somebody got to, there's nothing
Somebody's
that gets
making money.
produced without money, man. There has to be money. I mean, does the developer of each individual soulbound token project get all the money? He'd become a gazillionaire if you develop, like, let's just say you develop the driver's license soulbound token. You'd be a gazillionaire.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
For instance, the university is going to have to buy the SBT from the decentralized society to give it to the students. So but who's going to make
it? It's just more red tape, man. This is just more red tape over. All right, then somebody's going to have to own it. That means it's centralized, and therefore, what's a decentralized society?
You're right, Kyle. You're right.
And I think we talked about this a few weeks ago, man. At the end of the day, as much as we want crypto to be decentralized, man, some things you just can't get away from it, man. And I mean, this is a perfect example. As great of an idea as this is, soulbound token, I think there's great use for it. It's almost, you know what I'm saying? But somebody's got to own the process.
Exactly, man.
Well,
I think this is just set up
decentralized society for ETH is going to own it, right? So, but the thing
What
is,
does that mean?
decentralized society is the ecosystem that has the SBTs. So if I'm Yale University and I want to use SBTs, I'm going to have to buy it from decentralized society to give to my students.
Well, wait a minute. Who's this? Who's the centralized society? This is like a secret society of people.
No. It's the name of the ecosystem that's holding the native token for that ecosystem is going to be SBT.
Oh, okay. So soulbound token has its own native ecosystem called
decentralized society, which is built on ETH.
And it's run by people, correct?
Yes.
So it's not decentralized.
It's not decentralized, man.
Well,
it's the word sounds cute, but it's not true.
Well, we don't know yet because Cardano's is decentralized. So
they're leaps and bounds ahead of it. You're right, and they kind of
so maybe they're going to do the same thing because they are moving to proof of stake, right?
Well, but even Cardano's probably as close as you can get decentralized, but it's not. Cardano's just dependent on a community of people. It's still not decentralized. If I get in there and I
that is that's what decentralization is.
Hear me out, because check this out. There's still a person involved. If I can get in there and bribe 80,000 people to log on to the Cardano network with my cash money and vote for a certain option, it's not really decentralized at that point. That's no different than politics.
Bro, but 80,000 is not enough, bro.
It's going to take a lot more. I think the ratio of for politics, it takes one. It takes one of these guys to have
Exactly.
get their
All you
palms
gotta do is
greased.
talk to that one senator, right? And can pay him that money. 80,000 people paid. Come on, man.
And even 80,000 couldn't move the numbers of wallet holders who actually have a chance to vote on something that actually changes the infrastructure.
You need a few 100,000.
Can you not create 80,000 ghost chains? I mean, we're talking about
No,
computers.
no. Ghost chain. No, you have to be on chain. You can't have a side chain.
Well, what I'm saying is you can't simulate 80,000 other computers.
That's the beauty that's kind of the beauty of the blockchain with Cardano. It's not just going to allow you to do. That's the problem that we're in right now with the data and the breaching and the bots and all that stuff.
Blockchain, they have hash rates for a reason. You can't beat everybody else's hash rates. No, I mean, you need a quantum computer to do that.
I got
It's got to be stored at like negative 300 degrees Celsius. It's ridiculous. Apparently they exist, man, but I don't know. Apparently Microsoft's got them, but nonetheless, man. I think with that we could really go into some detail on the things that SBTs can be for.
But Vitalik said SBTs are going to be the new NFT, so maybe you can make money off of it.
He did kind of steal Hoskinson's idea, though, it sounds like.
Hey, man, there was one little piece of this article that I want y'all to take from here. It says a society built on SBTs could even reinforce discrimination indirectly. A database of SBTs could provide a marker to auto-redlining of disfavored social groups or even target them for cyber or physical attack. Enforce restrictive migration policies or make predatory loans. The author's right. So
wait. Is this going to be like social credit scores almost?
This sounds quite like social credit scores to me.
No.
You automate the redlining of disfavored social groups and target them for cyber or physical attack. I mean, it could be used for the right way, man.
Is crypto bringing Hunger Games to life, man?
Or is it saving the world? Or is it saving the world?
I always tend to lean towards just doing the worst than the good. So,
well, this is from Vuitton himself, man. That's what he wants to do. He's not trying to have people make millions of dollars.
You know what this reminds me of? Those movies, those sci-fi movies in the beginning where he's like, "This is gonna change the world," and they're like, "Why are you messing with this thing?" And then like it gets loose and starts fucking everybody up. Like that's what I think. That's what I think this is. Like I want to do it for the good, and then it's gonna be used for all the bad.
It could be. This would be like a Spider-Man, Spider-Man or Batman episode, man.
Right.
But anyway, last but not least, man, and you see this now more and more, and nobody's talking about it, but Balenciaga just started accepting Bitcoin and Ethereum payments, and now a total of like 15 total companies that are pretty big. You know,
I think Louis Vuitton in there too, right?
Very many. I mean, just for perspective.
AMC.
Yeah. So adoption's happening. Adoption's happening even in the midst of a bear market, man. Does it mean the inevitable bull market will reemerge, or is this just for show? Is this
that's the best time to do it during the bear market because those coins are gonna be way worth. They know it's gonna be worth way more right now. The whole market's down 100%. That's like all your money gone.
They're almost anticipating a big bump again in the market, and they're trying to buy. All these companies are trying to buy low.
Why do you think they're telling you crypto's dead? Like they know they want everybody to leave. They need everybody to have their fear and greed index all the way to 0. Everybody's gonna say crypto's a scam. Everybody's gonna leave crypto alone, and then the few people that have crypto, they're gonna be like, go ahead and just use this little SIBA in you that you think is worthless, and go ahead and buy you some Louis Vuitton sneakers or slippers or whatever you buying. And I'll hold on to it and look what's going to happen in 5 years.
Yeah. See, and it's stuff like that. Like you just never know what the narrative's going to be. And that's the reality of it now. Because it's gotten so much more complex and diverse with crypto and blockchain and what the use cases are for. And now this place has emerged. I think there was, 300 coins back in 2017. Now there's like almost 1 million coins, something ridiculous like that. They said 99% of them are going to be dead, but if you really look at it, 99% of them are already pretty much dead.
Exactly.
This is where your due diligence comes in as to what are people talking about, what are people looking at, what is going to be the next fad, what's going to be the next thing that this whole technology brings to the world. And this is just the surface of what we've talked about lately. NFTs, SBT. I mean, this is just the surface. We've got digital matrix AI, like artificial intelligence. We've got all these types of things, autonomous behavior, all of these things that can really take over and have some type of impact in the world. And what is it going to be next?
Yeah, I mean, but this is I guess this is how the adoption is going to look, right? We always been asking, are people going to adopt into crypto? And we see in companies slowly buying in. I think the biggest adoption for crypto would be fast food. If you could use it for fast food, that's on, like, because we're talking about luxury brands and all this other stuff. But if we could use it for something like fast food, AMC is pretty close, right? But if you could go in there and buy your $5 5 for 5, whatever the hell it is, and you could use I don't know how.
So technically you can, if you have the USDC stablecoin, you can use your Visa card linked to USDC, and you can buy any merchant in the world righteously. I mean,
well, that's true, but that's a workaround created by Voyager's innovation. But
it's not just Voyager. That's Visa and MasterCard that has created
the common denominator.
But the
here
thing is,
the
they're
USDC,
transferring it to a fiat. What I'm saying is, if they're saying I'm directly accepting crypto like these other places are, see, that's the difference. So, like, yeah, you could use it over here. You could transfer it into a fiat over here. But what I'm saying is, I'm just paying you Doge.
You're saying if they got it on their payroll, like McDonald's
like
has
straight
it
up,
payroll.
you know how it says we accept Visa and MasterCard. Now it says we accept Bitcoin. That's what we know. That's the difference.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't think is that you said the fast food is. I think gaming and some of these social platforms where you're going to need this ecosystem like
Twitter,
Bored Apes, Twitch, Twitter, all of them. I think when they start pushing their own crypto ecosystem, and it's done subtly, like how Elon is doing Doge. Granted, that's not too subtle, but it's going to become some factor in the Twitter space. I have no doubt about it. Like,
games have already kind of been built around it, man, for a while now. I mean, if you even think back to just games like Final Fantasy VII and Zelda, man, they give you little tokens and stuff. The mentality's already there. Madden, you used to earn.
If you think about it, that's where the mentality was kind of birthed.
Yeah, it started with World of Warcraft. So World of Warcraft
or Dungeon. What is it called? D&D. What's the D&D called? What's that community? Dungeons and Dragons. Back in the 80s.
It's World of Warcraft had a whole built-in society in the game, and then you could use. People were getting rich off of that. They had, like, if you had a certain sword in the game,
all that stuff, man. Pokemon, Zelda, Final Fantasy VII, all that stuff, man.
Yeah, they had a whole economy. So that's what's going to end up happening with crypto as a whole. But I really think once fast food restaurants, because that's true, gaming is big, but most people don't game, right? Most people do buy fast food, right? So it's more the younger crowd is going to be on the gaming. But when your auntie could go to Taco Bell and order some dang burritos with a 0.01 BTC or whatever it is, then hey, it's gonna be a game changer.
With gaming, man, you're talking about what is her incentive to use Bitcoin and go and buy a burger? Like, what is her incentive at all?
Well, let's say she had BTC and Bitcoin rallied up and she's waiting for her paycheck. But hey, I just made $100 today off my Bitcoin. I could use 30 of that real quick to buy some food.
Well, and it's the fact that you got to look at it too like this though, Cap. It's the fact that when Auntie goes up to McDonald's and she's hanging with her niece or nephew, and she's like, "Look at this Bitcoin. What is that?" It's an immediate segue for her to transition mentally to using it, man. Like, I mean, it's not to say she's going to buy $2,000 worth and trade it, but she's going to become another normal person to see. I'm kind of comfortable with seeing this crypto stuff. Don't really know what it is. I might get me some. I mean, it's just another form of adoption, man.
On another note, they're all the experts are claiming just since we're talking about the aunties, and are they going to have it? Yes, they are going to have it. Trust me, they said the next bull run is going to be led and spurred by women, because mostly a lot of guys are in this space, but women are learning about crypto and they are getting into it right now. So, and you got to think the aunties now. Don't think about the older aunties. We got a bunch of new aunties coming up now. There's a bunch of newborns coming up. We got new aunties, and these girls are going to be more inclined to use technology, and they are getting into space right now. It's going to be a lot more Wendy O's. I'm telling you right now, bro. It's going to be a lot more.
But it's going to be the platforms that allows you to publish that's going to have some type of native token, and it's going to be these gaming is in 2021. It was like $180 billion industry. 180 billion, and that's just from just random. Now the play as you earn and pay to play, or whatever they got going on. What is it? Earn to play or whatever.
Cap, I don't disagree with you, but we're talking.
I just think that's going to be the birth. No, I hear you. I'm just saying though, the thing that's going to roll it out is the games. The games are going to roll it out, and then it's going to become, man, you don't know about this, and this. You could even use it here, and here.
I'm going to tell you right now, just because I'm in Grand Theft Auto and everybody's buying it, that's not going to get the regular aunties out there to use it. But if they could use it, if they could use it to buy some Publix chicken, that's going to be a big difference.
Who knew about V-Bucks and Robux, but without
most people don't know about Roblox. They don't know about it unless they have kids.
Yeah, I didn't know about it until the stock came out, man, to be honest.
Right.
That was my first time ever hearing.
But if they were buying some Publix chicken with they dang Bitcoin, that would be a big difference.
But if Publix said they were going to take, if Publix said they were going to take, they're going to accept Robux because now there's a partnership with Robux and.
No, but if they did though, like I think Moon is right, man. Like, listen, the food industry, people eat every day. People don't play video games.
That's full adoption. Right?
The video game industry is huge. No, let's not get into it.
We're talking about a ladder into the adoption. Yeah, but tomorrow nobody's just gonna be like, "Hey, bro, you can use Bitcoin to buy chicken." It's not gonna be like that.
But when they
we're close. AMC is accepting it, bro. Like, what is gonna stop other retailers from accepting it?
It may be accepted, but when the ETF is when the ETF is at play, then we're gonna be looking at much more massive adoption. But I'm talking about what's gonna get the next step up. I do think if you see food, then we're here. I
think. Well, I mean,
ETF is only going to bring in people that use stocks and
It's just going to make it more safe for everybody to feel comfortable. No, but
it's not everybody. Everybody buys food. Everybody doesn't buy stocks. That's what we're saying.
I think an ETF will allow for companies to feel confident put Bitcoin on the balance sheet. The companies that sell the food to the consumers will allow the people in the consumer world.
So you're saying what we're saying, Cap? When that happens, everybody's going to get the adoption is going to happen. At that point,
it had already been there.
No, it wouldn't. The adoption's not coming until it gets to the everyday items.
So Cap is saying the ETFs are going to be the driver for commercial retail like food and merchandise.
Yeah.
And Moon, you're saying you just think it's going to jump straight to food and like some food chain.
I see what's happening. Me and Cap, we're arguing about two different things. He's saying, "What's the catalyst?" I'm not arguing about the catalyst. I'm arguing.
That was my question. Was the catalyst of how that?
I thought he said what would be adoption.
Well, Cap's original catalyst was the video games, but I think
that would be the next step into the adoption.
So which one? Not going to be like. So is it the video games or the ETFs?
Which one not gonna ask? You got a minute, baby. You got a minute. No, you got 3 minutes. You got a long time to answer.
So I think the ETF, will couple, and get. I think the ETF will start it, bro, and then after the ETF starts it, gaming coupled with the ETF is gonna. It's not gonna be one thing, bro. It's not gonna be one thing.
So why are you arguing about the fast food? He said it's not gonna be one thing. He said it's gonna be one thing.
get out of this segment.
This is what's gonna call it. This is what's gonna call it adoption. Once this happens, I'm like, okay,
Cap,
that's
you gotta
true.
get out of this segment.
Look, all right, just to clean it up. All I said
it's the last segment anyway, so it's
adoption. I was just saying, adoption is gonna be when everybody's gonna get to use it on everyday items. Buying paper towels at Dollar
You just
General.
defined adoption. Okay, I understand and agree
Right.
with that. That defines the word adoption. I said,
Exactly.
what will cause it to adopt? You defined adoption. I appreciate it. That's my mic drop right there.
I like it. I like it.
Man.
All right,
All right.
that was great.
Anyway, man, I'm glad y'all got a chance to listen in, man. Look, protect yourself from this bull market or this bear market that we're in. And this is, like I said, we said, 6 to 18 months, at least a month ago. It happens fast, man. So keep on your toes, stay on your P's and Q's, do your own research, get into the projects that will be around, that will have a use case for, just like everyone did in 2017. Let's join that whole force of how to make some good money in crypto. Don't throw it at some projects. Now's not the time to be looking for those gems, those 1000x gems. Those aren't going to be around for at least another couple years. So let's watch it and just keep your eyes on it, though. But in the meantime, man, Whale Rocket Crypto, my man Moon, my man Moose, Big Captain, we out.
Peace.
Oh, man.
You stole my heart of gold after my silver soul. Can you dig any